Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Joseph from Screenbite, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a camera comparison. So I've owned the Google Pixel XL since it first came out about a year ago, and it's been touted as one of the greatest cameras on a phone ever. And it definitely is. I've gotten some really amazing images out of that camera. However, when it came to video, I always felt like it left a lot to be desired. Yeah, the 4K was there, but it was always overly sharp, overly saturated, and just overall very video-y. So I never really could do much with it, as you can see from the unboxings on this channel. However, I recently discovered that there's actually quite a few apps out there that let you slightly improve on that video quality and get a little bit more features out of the phone. So I thought it would be fun to kind of compare those between my DSLR and the phone. I'm going to be using an app called Cinema 4K. No sponsorship or anything like that. I just downloaded it because I heard it's the best and I gave it a shot. So I went with my fiance to this place called Outside. Not really sure if I've ever heard of it before, but thought I'd get some comparison shots and let's see how it turned out. Now I wanted to start with this clip because I feel like it best conveys the strengths and weaknesses of either option. Now this was actually shot on the camera, and as you can see it has a really nice depth to it, as well as it has a really good detail. Now this is before and after a grade was applied to it, and as you can see it still retains that detail, it has nice depth, and the highlights aren't blown out too much. Now on the phone you can really see detail in the bark, especially after the grade. However, when it comes to the depth, there's not much there and the highlights are a little bit blown out. Now you really start to see the detail when you put the bark side by side. The phone on the right retains that detail nicely, and the camera does have a little bit of a blur to it, even though it didn't look blurry in the shot itself. That's mostly due to 4K. Now when you show depth of field side by side, you can really see how the camera retains it and has a really nice blur to it, giving the depth between the tree and the background behind it. And on the right hand side, it doesn't really have that much of that depth, and the highlights are way blown out. And this is sort of an example of dynamic range. On the camera, as you can see, it retains the shadows, it retains the highlights, the midtones. It's just a really pleasing image. But on the phone, even after the grade, it just looks gross. As you can see, the shadows are green, the highlights are green, the midtones are green. It's just not a really good looking image compared to the right. But still, with that aside, the Pixel still performs pretty well. Here's some clips between the camera and the phone. Let me know what you think. So as you can see, the Google Pixel can actually hold its own quite a bit, more so than I thought it actually would. I was actually getting a lot of similar shots without much of a hassle. I could color grade pretty close to each other. It's pretty good. But before I get into my closing thoughts and how I feel about the whole Google Pixel versus my camera, what I wanted to also do was kind of like an in-house test, so to speak. So something similar to what I normally do already on my channel, like reviews or something similar to that. So let's take a look. Alright, so in the end, what did I learn from this comparison test? Well, I learned, one, that the Google Pixel definitely can perform really well with video when it comes to having apps that actually cater to that video. If you have an Android device, I would definitely recommend giving Cinema 4K a test, just because it gives you that extra control, and it's really cool. But yeah, honestly, it comes down to, I guess, flexibility versus simplicity. the phone, run and gun. Pull the phone out, get a quick shot, you know you're going to get a good image, edit it later. But you have the flexibility of multiple lenses, depth of field, can control the aperture, better audio. It's just a lot of extra benefits come with using a full-blown camera. However, in the future, I wouldn't be ashamed to use my phone for a little bit of B-roll. So I would love to know what you guys think. What did you think of the different clips? Let me know down below in the comment section. I would love to see what you guys thought. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video, guys. So thank you once again for watching. As always, if you liked it, make sure to show it by hitting that like button down below. And if you really like me and you love the content, feel free to subscribe. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.